Hi everyone! Let's paint one more koi fish with watercolors today. Personally, I like this one the most. You can visit my other videos if you haven't seen my previous koi fishes paintings. You can also visit my Instagram to see more of my art, the link is in the description. So let's start painting. I began with my new watercolor paint. My usual set is from Talent's brand, but I have recently bought one Winsor & Newton half pan in magenta color. I mix it with a tiny amount of yellow to make it warmer and I use it for the first layer. For the second layer on a tail I used blue mixed with magenta that made a beautiful violet. For the rest of the fish I used slightly more blue and added magenta straight to the paper so that colors could mix on the paper. Excuse the light reflected from the wet surface. It is winter where I live and there is so little daylight that I have to record with artificial lighting. It is a real struggle while using watercolor or anything that reflects a lot of light such as pencils. I kept adding darker layers on top. The surface of the tail wasn't drying evenly. You can see the wet part in the middle while the edges are completely dry. I probably added too much water to the middle and it created a puddle. Or the paper might have wrinkled a little bit and gather all of the water in one place. I am using regular cellulose watercolor paper here. I have to try cotton paper one day, maybe it will be better. Here you can see a time-lapse of how the paint dries. And this is the painting after only watercolor layer. There is a big spot on the tail where the water puddle was, and unfortunately there are many spots of paint with harsh edges. So as with previous fish, I am adding line art with fine liners. I traced all fins and I drew little fur billows at the ends. To draw scales, I first made some dotted lines following the shape of the fish. Thanks to that, I was able to draw scales in the correct shape as well. I drew them loosely and I didn't add too much of them on the top of the fish, as this surface is covered with light. In some places, I added this white jelly roller pen. I mostly accented some details of the fins with it. And this is what it looks like. I like it a lot, even though the watercolor layer did not look very promising. Adding details with fine liners made it look very nice in my opinion. Here's what it looks like in daylight as well. Let me know what you think in the comments or leave a like. Thank you so much for watching, bye bye!